How long without my testosterone before I can claim natty status again? Because I'm natty right now. It's been 5 weeks since I've had my testosterone. I got caught up in a legal battle and I didn't have access to my testosterone for 5 weeks. Let's talk about it. How did this even happen? How am I caught up in a legal battle and have no testosterone for 5-6 weeks? When did this happen? And what I felt like for the last 5 weeks, because let me tell you this, it has not been a good ride. Of course, by the time you watch this, I'll be back on the testosterone and I'll update you on the current situation that I have going on right now. In the meantime, let's dive right into this. Am I actually natty? But before we go there, a quick word from our sponsors. The very and awesome and fantastic and really good tasting Legion. Thank you so much for all the supplements that you give me on a regular basis. They really fuel my training and I love you for that. Link in the description if you can get yourself buy one, get one 50% off. And of course, the very awesome RP Strength app, which you can check out as well in the description with all the discounts perfectly labeled out for you so you don't have a single bit of guesswork. Probably talk about who's involved. I have been getting my testosterone from Transcend, a company that I found through social media. They have done a really good job of getting my blood work done. They have done a really good job of getting me my testosterone and discussing all the things that I need to work on through the blood work that I submit through them. At the same time, now I'm also caught up with Renaissance something or other, I can't even remember. Not only are those two companies involved, but, okay, real talk, I had to look it up. Renaissance Longevity. So between Transcend and Renaissance Longevity, I'm caught in the middle somehow, and I had no idea back when this all started in December. Back in December, I'm running out of testosterone. It is like the 20th or so, and I know I have about 1 shot of TRT left. Text my guy from Transcend and say, hey, what's going on? I don't have testosterone, I'm reading it, I need it, I'm like running out, I haven't heard from you, what's going on? Week goes by, I still have no idea. Dude, what's going on? I haven't heard from you. Then I tried emailing. I actually tried a whole phone call to Transcend and I wanted to see like what was going on. Sure enough, I get put on voicemail, and when it's just about to be my turn, after being 9th in line, I believe, yeah, 9th in line, I then proceeded to get hung up on. Yeah, just dropped off the call. So I was like, okay, something crazy is going on. Then I proceeded to email Transcend and I did not hear back. Then I sent them a message on Instagram and they immediately responded, almost like it was a already prepared and ready to go text. Spoiler alert, it was. They told me you should reach out to Renaissance Longevity with Dr. Vienna, continue your journey with him. I said, okay, sounds weird. Why would you want me to go to a different company? Well, I don't know. Ended up not hearing from them. So I went ahead and called Renaissance Longevity. And I said, hey, what's going on? I'm told to reach out to you. Why is this happening? Turns out Dr. Vienna is the one that was at Transcend. He goes off, starts his own company, and that's what it is, Renaissance Longevity. Unfortunately, I pay the invoice 3 days later from this phone call. We are now in January, by the way, and that's the beginning of January, first week of January. After the first week of January, pay my invoice. About 10 days goes by, I say, hey, I haven't gotten my testosterone, what's going on? You said 7 to 10 business days. I'm on like day 12. Where is this at? Lo and behold, that same day, the exact day, I get an email from Transcend saying, hey, we would like to, make sure you come back and get you back with your testosterone. And I said, okay, you know what? Called up Renaissance Longevity. Again, I said, you know what? Just give me a refund. I don't want to deal with this at all whatsoever. You guys haven't sent me out my medication. I don't understand what's going on. Within 30 minutes, I got a text saying that I would be getting my testosterone shipped out in 2 days, and then I would get it 2 days after that. So I waited until Thursday. Nothing comes in the mail. I figured it out at night. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't got my package. I checked the tracking number. It was delivered to the wrong apartment. And FedEx, so amazingly, took a picture of the package on the door frame without having the apartment number in the picture. So I had no idea where to go to find my package. At this point, I'm frustrated and I'm thinking that they've stolen my package. I went down to the office. I said, hey, has anybody turned in my package? No. I went down to the office again. Hey, has anybody turned in my package? This is now the 8th, no package. I leave to South Florida. I'm there for about a day. Come back, check the mail, didn't find it. I checked the mail room, didn't find it. Next day, I go back into the mail room. I look around and just so happens that I found my testosterone. That was Monday. I'm shooting this on the 11th, so that was the 9th. I went just over 40 days without having my dose of TRT. And now let me tell you this, it was not an easy path for 5 weeks. I have never felt so, like, such an effect on low testosterone until I was just cut off from it so quickly and so fast. And for so long too. I have been taking a solid regimen of TRT, about 140 milligrams, at least 250 milligrams, excuse me, since 2022. Since 2022, I've been taking somewhere around 200 to 250. Then I dropped it down to 140 a week. And I had not stopped taking testosterone for 5 weeks, as long as I can remember. So for 5 weeks, I felt awful. I didn't have a desire to train. My biceps started hurting really bad. My sleep went to shit. I normally get like an hour's worth of deep sleep, and I get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, no problem, don't wake up, have no issues. Right around week 2 of having no testosterone, so like mid-January, I really stopped having like any desire to train or like work out. It was like the itch that I couldn't stop just scratching, but I had no intention to like hit it hard. I just wanted to do like a quick little workout and then just kind of move along. I'm gritty when it comes to working out, so I kind of pushed through it, but I really just felt like, man, like what's the point of working out if I'm not on my usual dose of testosterone and have my testosterone levels at the right place. So, you know, I didn't work out. I didn't feel any energy. I had no like desire. My libido was low too. Not that I needed it. Your boy's single, so it's all good. Yeah, it really stunk. It really sucks. If you need TRT because you're on low testosterone, you have low testosterone, that's how you're gonna feel. You're gonna feel run down. It's gonna be tough for you to sleep. You're gonna feel more likely to be sad. You're gonna be worn down. Your muscle, your body's not gonna recover as quickly. That's really the point of testosterone. So if you do decide to take testosterone out there, make sure you go to a doctor and get it checked out and make sure it's the right thing to do. I'm 35 and I've been at it for a while, so I eventually decided to hop on it. Make a good informed decision, because you never know if that's gonna have serious side effects for you. Get informed, get tested, and then decide if you want to make that leap. That goes out to all those people out there wondering if you should or not. If you guys like this kind of video, be sure to leave me a comment down below with what else you would like for me to talk about and be upfront about. If you have any questions about my journey with TRT and testosterone replacement therapy, leave me a comment and I'm happy to answer. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this stuff, and of course, like the video if you got anything out of this, as it helps me tons with the algorithm. At the end of the day though, it really stinks to have to sort of out these companies. I didn't want to get caught up in the middle of this. I'm glad I got my injections from Renaissance Longevity. I got back on my medicine, but going forward, I think for the future, I'm just gonna look into doing something different and maybe pursuing just a different company. That's a lot of drama going on between the two companies, and the whole process is just kind of like torn me down from dealing with Transcend, dealing with Renaissance. I shouldn't have gotten caught up on all this, and I feel like I'm owed like reparations for this. Like, why, you know, how could you let something like this happen? So both companies, I've left like a sour taste in my mouth, and I'm kind of debating on what to do going forward. Dr. Vienna called me today because we were supposed to have like a phone call to like talk about like my vitals and sort of like what I should do going forward, and should I get blood work, and he thought once a year, excuse me, would be a good choice. I don't know, that happened today, and I was not really happy with that because I want to be a little more proactive. Once a year, figure out if I have some sort of problem with my blood work or have some sort of issue with, you know, my blood pressure, have issues with anything, any of the above. I really don't want that to cause problems. So we will be figuring this out. I'll keep you guys updated and let you know. I am just as lost as some of you might be at this point in finding a good healthcare provider that you could just pay out of pocket for something like this. Again, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it, and keep an eye out for another video coming soon, which will be me just updating you on how I felt after me taking the tirzepatide and the few pounds I've gained on. My name is Andres. You guys can always call me bro. And until next time, peace.